Those the Zetas. Those are different. Those completely different animal. Different breed of people. Highly educated, trained, military. Those are more mechanical. People think Santa Muerte is like a Catholic thing. It's old. So if you think about it, the only surviving veneration of Aztec religion still in practice is Santa Muerte. Some of them pray to different saints. Some of them pray to different forbidden saints. Santa Muerte, the figure of death, that basically imbues them with the power to, or the authority to, you know what? I know you're Catholic, but you're under the protection of me, the holy saint of death. So anything you do under my protection, God's not going to know about it. So you have clear field to do what you need to do.
When it comes to the Sicarios or the assassins, and you mentioned how religious Mexico is as a country, with Catholicism and everything like that. Are these guys still religious? I mean, you talk about the desensitizing too, and so.
But the desensitization I shared, the Zetas, those are different. Those completely different animal, different breed of people, highly educated, trained, military. Those are more mechanical.
It's like us gone bad.
Yeah, I mean, it's, if you want to see, what you could become if that's.
Yeah.
But you see certain elements of religion there, but not like you see in some of the Sicarios that are kind of made. What I mean by made is every cartel has their own kind of internal narco culture going on in there. Some of them pray to different saints. Some of them pray to different forbidden saints. Santa Muerte, the figure of death, that basically imbues them with the power to, or the authority to, you know what? I know you're Catholic, but you're under the protection of me, the holy saint of death. So anything you do under my protection, God's not going to know about it. So you have clear field to do what you need to do.
Holy shit!
Right. So that's the base of the faith when it comes to Santa Muerte. And Santa Muerte, like, people think Santa Muerte is like a Catholic thing. It's old, older than any sort of Catholicism in Mexico. If you kind of look at it, Santa Muerte, this figure of a skeletal figure with a robe on it, that's what she turned into during the 80s and 90s. But she used to be a skeletal figure with supple breast and a skirt of snakes, two hands like that. She used to be Coatlicue, the mother goddess of the Aztecs. So if you think about it, the only surviving veneration of Aztec religion still in practice is Santa Muerte. And it's a practice that has faithful within police forces, within the military, within high-level politics, and the Sicarios. That's a lot of them actually venerate her. When I first started working, a lot of the older guys that I work with prayed to Santa Muerte. They took me to a Santa Muerte shrine, and we offered I remember offered her a bottle of Patron. I was like, hey, get a bottle, and I grabbed a cheap ass bottle, I said, no, you need to get her something that you would drink, or else it won't matter, right? And I was freaking out, I was fucking raised Catholic, and I was like, what the f- am I doing? Put it there. And the older guy said, this is something that the other guys pray to in fear, so you need to imbue that fear within you. So wear this scapular, use this. I learn about this iconography because it's going to be used against you, so learn it now.
Do these guys get ritualistic at all? Like in Colombia, or in Medellin specifically, a lot of the assassins, before they go on a hit, and how they do a hit, 9 times out of 10 there is on a fucking moped, drive up, stitch up. Yeah. But they will all go pray at a very specific church.
The significance of the left hand, the significance of the left foot, the significance of coming out of the ground, out of the grave. There's a lot of ceremony that goes on in some of the more occult and kind of deeper levels of some of these rituals, and some of the, both on the police side, because a lot of these government organizations that I used to work with, and a lot of the police organizations that I used to work with, would take those things and imbue themselves with them. So I don't know, to equate it like people, snipers in Vietnam, eating locally and dressing locally and smelling locally, that kind of thing. So people say, Ed, are you like a practitioner of Santa Muerte? because you wear all that, you kind of use some of that regalia yourself. It's our version of a captured ISIS flag. So we keep what we keep what we get, basically. But some of the rituals that I used to see some of these Sicario guys do, and some of the guys that I work with in police forces, silver was very significant for Santa Muerte. Probably because it has something to do with Judas, or maybe it has something to do with just the availability of silver in northern Mexico, and a lot of parts of Mexico is a very rich silver producing thing. But you would, when you would come into a new job, you would get one silver coin, like a silver peso, and somebody would lean into you and tell you in your ear, when this job is over, you'll get another one. And the other one will be on your eyes or in your pocket. It's up to you to pick which one. Right? So that's like a ominous memento mori that we would get. And when you would get in any sort of leadership position, I was the highest I went was a regional sub-commander. And the only reason I didn't get commander was because I was too young. And I got a silver coin at the start and got that ominous warning. And I managed to get the other one and put it in my pocket and just, here, you'll stay. Here, you'll stay. Sicarios will wear silver. They won't wear gold because they think gold it attracts too much attention from the devil, which is kind of like it's a weird, in Mexico, the devil is a different character. It's not like the devil up here, which is in direct conflict with God. The devil in Mexico is very much kind of he's a counterforce, but he's also a tool that God uses to get people. So if somebody's doing something nefarious out there, he won't want to attract attention of the devil. Although he'll use the iconography and the veneration of Santa Muertes to conceal his acts and to give him authority over life and death, basically. Damn. And that's something outside of the norm. So you see a lot of ritualistic stuff in there. Silver grips on the guns, silver skull caps on the boots, silver skull rings, silver rosaries with black stones with skulls on them. There's a lot of iconography out there that could people kind of look at, kind of tell something about the people. I do some classes with law enforcement, kind of familiarizing themselves with that type of stuff. It's not out there.
Damn. Well, no matter where you're watching Shawn Ryan Show from, if you get anything out of this, please like, comment, subscribe, and most importantly, share this everywhere you possibly can. And if you're feeling extra generous, please leave us a review on Apple and Spotify podcasts.